Alright folks, let's take a quick look at some of the visual features that you can navigate with Fusion to kind of help improve your drawing process, your modeling process. A lot of times when you get into real complex shapes, you sometimes can't see what you're looking for because of all of the shading and cool features that you have, and so sometimes it comes handy to really make some changes to the overall setting and the environment so that you can see your work better. So right now I have this simple triangular extrusion, but let's just say I want to switch it to wireframe. You go down to your display settings here, you switch to visual style, and you'll notice you've got choices of shaded, hidden lines, wireframe, wireframe with the hidden edges. That I want you to draw attention to, aside from me flipping through these and toggling back and forth. It gives you, at least your model can be seen from different perspectives. But I do want you to notice these shortcut keys. See Control 4, Control 5, 6, and 7. A lot of times in modeling it never hurts to switch back and forth between shaded and wireframe to get a feel with what you're dealing with. So you just hold down the Control key from 4 to 7 to 4 to 7, maybe 5 in there, 7, 4. And you can flip back and forth very quickly and effectively just using those keyboard shortcuts. And that matters when you're starting to extrude different sides and work from more complex features. You want to use those control features that are shown there, and over time you'll remember what they are just by doing them enough. So I switch back and forth a lot between Control 7 and Control 4 so that I can see inside my object and also flip back out, because you'll notice with wireframe sometimes you can kind of lose track of where you are, conceptually speaking, and it may be hard to tell that you're upside down. But if you switch back and forth to Control 4, you can see where you are, and then maybe back to Control 7 to see it there. So try it out, make sure you take a look at that. It's a pretty handy trick. Another thing to make sure that you're aware of is that sometimes the shading or material selection can make the object a little bit too dark, or maybe it's a little bit too shaded or something of that nature. You can switch this by changing your environment from perhaps the photo booth to the infinity pool. You can switch it to the gray room, which sometimes creates a pretty good contrast. Sometimes it works better if you use like darker colored materials. You can also go to the dark sky and get a really big contrast with your object. Now when you'll notice that when I switch to wireframe, it actually becomes pretty specifically detailed in terms of where the object is. So sometimes I'm switching back and forth with my environment just to deal with certain material types while I am shaded. So another handy trick to take a look at in the Fusion process. Now there are a host of other features that you can play with as you get into it to help improve your process. You can switch it to perspective, although we don't do a lot of design that way. We typically stay in orthographic, but it is an option for your camera. Perspective with ortho faces, I don't know, I pretty much stay in orthographic. But there may be a case or two where you want to give like a more perspective or more depth perception there. The rest of it is just things that you can play with, different effects and mesh displays. The most important ones to keep in mind is that you can switch your environment and your visual style between shaded and wireframe for quick and easy visualization of what you're clicking on and making sure you're not clicking on the wrong thing. And remember those shortcuts, they'll come in handy. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.